guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about ColourPop. Now if you have me on Instagram or Twitter, which you should, all my social media links are below as always, but if you have me then you probably noticed that I've been completely obsessing over ColourPop. I just got my first order in from them like last week. Like, I've been in makeup heaven. Now I am a little late on the ColourPop train because I've told you guys before I kind of have commitment issues with buying online, because it's like when you buy it, it's bought. Like, you can't return it. Well, you can return it, but then you gotta go to the post office and you gotta send stuff back, and that's just not fun. I like the convenience of going to the store and being able to return stuff if necessary. But I finally bit the bullet and I was just like, you know what, I'm tired of waiting. I have to have ColourPop. I'm tired of seeing people use it and me not being able to. So yeah, I went in and I dove pretty deep. I've got some blushes, highlighters, bronzers, Lippie Stix, and eyeshadows. But today's video is going to be about face products, and then the next video will be about Lippie Stix and eyeshadows. We're going to be talking about blushes, highlighters, and bronzers. So I only have a couple of bronzers and highlighters each because I was kind of like, I just wanted to test the waters a little bit. Like, I knew I'd love them, but I wasn't really sure exactly what shades to get. Plus, I just placed an order with Artist Couture for highlighters, so I didn't want to like bombard myself with highlighters, and I already have. So I'm just going to kind of give you guys an overview of how much everything is and what ColourPop is all about and stuff, in case you haven't heard of it. But if you haven't, then you've literally been living under a shell. So ColourPop is a pretty new company. It's been around for about 1 year. They actually just celebrated their 1-year birthday. They are based in Santa Monica, California, I think, and they are so inexpensive. It's incredible. Like, they're so high quality, but they're so inexpensive. So I feel like the most talked about thing about ColourPop is how weird their products feel. They have a really weird, like, spongy, moussey, creamy texture. But they're powders. Like, it's so weird. They all feel like creams. They kind of feel like the Maybelline bouncy blushes. Like, if you stick your finger in the products, it makes an indentation. It's just so weird. Like, they feel like creams, but they're powders. And the most amazing thing about this company is that they're cheaper than a lot of the drugstore brands out there. Like, you can't go to Walmart or Target or Ulta or anywhere and find products of this quality at this price. All of the face products are $8. Like, everything is $8. So you got blushes, highlighters, and bronzers, all $8. So you get 4.2 grams or 0.15 ounces of product. So here is a face product. This is the size of all of them. This is a highlighter, here's a bronzer, and then here's a blush. So they're all the same. And then here are the eyeshadows. So the eyeshadows come in 2.1 grams of product, and the face products come in 4.2 grams. So here is the size difference. And the eyeshadows are $5. So there's only a few dollars difference, but seriously, like, I don't know how long these would last you, but I feel like they're going to last you a good amount of time, because it doesn't take a whole lot to get really high pigmentation, because everything that is available at ColourPop is so opaque and extremely, like, highly pigmented. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it. And these products are literally like stains for your face. I mean, all of ColourPop products are, but they don't like look dry or anything on your face. They just look so fresh and dewy, and they just make you look like you have such a nice complexion. They're beautiful. With these products, you have to make sure that you keep the lid very tight on these, because if you don't, the formula will dry out. I've heard several people say they didn't tighten the lids enough and the product dried out. So make sure that you are very self-conscious when using these, that you really get these tight. But I have 5 blushes, 2 highlighters, and 2 bronzers, and this is just the beginning, you guys. Like, I've got more products on the way. So I'm going to show you guys up close swatches and kind of give you a description of each of these. And for the products that I have ordered but I haven't gotten in yet, I'll just make swatches on my Instagram. So make sure you follow me at the Glamour Index, because it's going to be ColourPop overload. I've already posted swatches of bronzers, highlighters, blushes, and Lippie Stix on my Instagram, and eyeshadows may be up by now. I'm not really sure when I put this video up, but there will be picture swatches of everything. So yeah, but I do want to do live swatches so you guys can see how they apply, like, as I'm swatching them. I just want you guys to be able to see in video, like in person, because sometimes pictures they can kind of wash out the color a little bit, but don't worry, I got you. So all of the products have a variety of finishes. For the blushes, there are mattes, satins, and pearlized finishes. For the bronzers, there are satin and matte, and for the highlighters, they're all pearlized. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first shade I have is called Get Laid. This is a matte finish, and the site calls this a bright warm peach. So I think this shade's going to be so beautiful and flattering on all skin tones. You can really build this up if you wanted to, or you can just keep it very light and very minimal. So once again, that is Get Laid. So the next shade I have is called Holiday, and this is a matte blush. The site calls this a mid-tone peachy pink. It looks very bright and very vibrant. Honestly, I was a little worried about it because I don't usually go for these bright colors. But this is another one that you can wear very, very sheer or build it up to a very intense color. It's so beautiful, and I think this is another one that's going to be so flattering on pretty much all skin tones. So once again, that is Holiday. So the next shade I have is called Bonus, and this is one that is very similar to the first one I was talking about. So this is Bonus, and here is Get Laid. I don't know if you guys can even tell a difference, but Bonus is a little more orange. The site calls this a mid-tone true peach, which I think is pretty much dead on. It's got some coral undertones to it, and this is a matte finish as well. So this is another one that looks kind of scary in the packaging. It looks very intense and bright, but this is another one that you can wear very sheer or very light, or you can build this up to be a very intense color, which is why I think this is another one that's going to be so flattering on pretty much everyone. So once again, that is Bonus. The next shade I have is called Birthday Suit, which is a satin finish, and the site calls this a neutral pink. It's just kind of like a dusty mauvey pink, I think. I think it's going to be so pretty on light to medium skin tones. So once again, this is Birthday Suit. So the last blush I have is called Fox, and this is a satin finish blush, and this is just a mid-tone warm coral. I think it's going to be so pretty on everyone once again. I think it's perfect for summer and spring. So once again, that is Fox. So the first highlighter I have is called Wisp, and this is a gorgeous golden champagne. It's going to be so beautiful on all skin tones. I've seen this be called a dupe for Becca's Opal highlighter. I have seen swatches side by side of both of the two, and they look pretty dead on, but this one looks a little bit prettier actually. But I don't have the Becca Opal highlighter on hand to be able to compare them side by side. I do have this on my face right now. It just gives your skin a really, really nice, like dewy, fresh, almost like wet highlight look, and I think that's so gorgeous. So once again, that is Wisp. So the last highlighter I have is called Spoon, and this is like a silvery champagne with silver flecks. This is another gorgeous one. I think it's going to be really, really pretty on porcelain or fair or lighter skin tones. Honestly, I think anyone up to about medium can pull this off because it's not like a stark white color. It just gives you that really, really beautiful glow. But I think this is going to be perfect for fair skin tones because it's light enough to where it's actually going to show up on your skin, and it's just, it's beautiful. That is Spoon. So moving on to bronzers, you have a choice of satin or matte finish bronzers. Both of the ones I have are matte finish. So the first bronzer I have is called Skinny Dip. I'm not really sure how much you're going to be able to tell about it on camera because I feel like the light's kind of washing it out. But this is just a really, really pretty warm tan, and the ColourPop website actually recommends this for fair to light skin tones. So once again, that is Skinny Dip. So the last bronzer I have is called Carry On, and this is another matte finish. And I would say this is like a warm orange undertoned, kind of like a sun-kissed bronze tan color. That couldn't have been longer. And ColourPop recommends this for medium to medium dark skin tones, but I've worn this and I'm neither of those things. I think this really mimics a natural tan, and it's going to be so pretty on so many different skin tones. So once again, that is Carry On. Real quick, I want to talk to you guys about a few brushes that I like with these products because I feel like a lot of people have been kind of unsure of what type of brushes to use. Now, ColourPop recommends that for the most payoff and the most pigmentation to use your fingers, but who wants to use their fingers for bronzers and blushes? I found that the best type of brushes for these products where there's such a weird texture is anything that's very densely packed, and honestly, the best things I found are ones that are duo fiber brushes or that look like duo fiber brushes. So for instance, this brush right here is the Real Technique sculpting brush. Absolutely love this brush for pretty much all the products, all the face products. So here is what the brush looks like. As you can see, it's very densely packed. Let me show you the thickness of it. It's very, very dense. There are a lot of bristles in there. So this product is made for like creams and liquids, and I love this for the bronzers and the blush. It doesn't pack on too much. You would think where it's so dense, like it would pack on a whole lot of product, but it doesn't. Like all of these products start out very, very light. Like they don't start out super pigmented like they look in the pan. But I absolutely love this for the bronzers and the blushes. Another option is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. You can't really see, but it's got those like duo fiber like white tips. I'm not really sure if it actually is duo fiber, but both of these have like the white tips, and I found that those brushes, I don't know what it is about them, but they are the best for these face products. And I actually like this one for bronzer and blush as well. And then for the highlighters and blushes, these are just duo fiber stippling brushes. This one is from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. small stipple brush, and this one's from Makeup Geek. This is the cheek highlighter brush. I've really been liking the cheek highlighter brush from Makeup Geek for highlight. It's what I use to apply my highlight today, and once again, this is Wisp. Anything that's really tightly packed would work, because I mean, these pretty much act and feel like creams. Even though they're powders, treat them like they're cream products. Like honestly, if you didn't want to get any of these other brushes that I'm mentioning, you just want to get one brush for all these products, maybe the Real Technique sculpting brush is probably the best, because I use this one for bronzer and for the blush. I don't use it for highlight because I think that's kind of using it for too many products. So the Real Techniques sculpting brush for bronzer or blush, and then the Makeup Geek stippling brush for the highlight. But just wanted to give you a few options. So that is it for this video. Make sure you tune in for the next video, which will be all about eyeshadows and Lippie Stix. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All the links are below. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.